What's up? Happy Thursday. Life is good, you know what I mean? Hell nah. Life is good. Remember that. For real. I need y'all to really remember that. Like, life is good. Don't never let nothing break that piece of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. Like, problems are really an illusion. Let me just say that. Let me start by saying that. Problems are an illusion. For real. Like, for real. Think about it. And the amount of irritation that tried to happen on a Mercury day, and I realized, like, when I basically think about yesterday, I realized, like, bro, that shit was all an illusion. Because I wake up this morning, and it's like everything's there. See what I'm saying? See how I say it's an illusion? Something you're not seeing is an illusion right now. Why do I say it's an illusion? Because the first card that comes out is health, okay? Now, I'm just getting straight to work. Okay, I'm sorry. How y'all doing today? How you doing? How's everybody doing? How y'all doing today? I'm just over here about to start teaching and everything. Jesus Christ. My bad. What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Bitches really just was about to go dumb. I swear I was about to go dumb in the word. Let's go ahead and ask people how they're doing. Let me make sure y'all are good today. You know what I'm saying? How's your mental health? Let's start with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry. I done already sat in the sun and shit, so I feel very, refreshed. So, my bad. Let me make sure everybody else is on the same, energy wave this afternoon. Is everybody okay? Ciao. Very, 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 very. Okay, good. You know what I'm saying? That's good. I'm telling you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me get my life together. Mental health on the tightrope, but I got the balance. Glory to God. Okay. Child. Do I got any moderators here? What's up? It's too cold down here. What's up? Hey, y'all. Carrie here. All right, cool. I got a couple moderators in here. Well, one at the moment. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm here, but I can't stay the whole time. That's fine. What's up, Jalen? Amen. Hello. All right. I feel better now. Child, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm telling you. I feel like when I be at a level of like, how can I explain it? Like when I be too relaxed, you see what I'm saying? Like when I be too relaxed, I know I'm finna get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the downloads finna just like, it finna hit. I was ready to get up in the word. Okay, I'm sorry. Now here we go. Now, like I was saying, Scorpio season, I told y'all that we'll be focusing on the 6th house and the 8th house as a whole collective, okay? And it's funny that I say that because the 6th house is health. I mean, yeah, it's health. You know what I'm saying? And like your daily routines and stuff like that. And the fact that the first card that comes out is health makes me like double confirm that movement is necessary during Scorpio season. Like I know it's cold, but movement is going to be like really like seriously. What's up, Ray? In the sun, like either in the sun, I don't care what you need to do, but you need to do something with nature. And we've been getting that lately with the animal cards. Everything's about like you connect with nature. You connect with the winds of the change. You connect with this, you connect with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a lot of like the dots being put together, whatever, but the only way it is if there's some type of movement. Because health says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So since your higher self has now like come down, there's this thing of like making sure it gets the nutrients that it needs. That's why I've been really big on like vitamins, supplements, water, whatever, because it's getting cold outside, which when it's cold, things die off. There's this thing of like making sure you're staying like, what's another word for healthy? When it comes to like nutrients, like what's that mean? What's that word? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, the nourishment of our bodies. You know, we say that in prayer. But like, what's another word for like healthy that I think I'm trying to say, but I can't think of the word. Because the second card that we get is humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Making sure you have proper nutrients. Maybe that's the word. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Alexa, pause the music. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. You feel normal. But you can't really say you feel normal because what is considered normal to you? That's what we're trying to get people to understand. What is considered normal to you? I don't know. That seems to be coming up a lot lately. And you know, laughter raises the vibration. And something about like the sun is the indication of healing the parts of you that have your heart cold. Because I'm telling y'all, yesterday I had this incident and that shit pissed me off. And when I was standing there, I read Psalms chapter 1, and by the time I read what I had to read, I was calm by then. There's this thing of like seeing the humor in things. There's a thing about health. There's this thing about that's helping you realize like I don't know, like something is trying to make it a little bit more easier. It's like when women prep for labor and they drink raspberry tea and they be eating dates and shit. They only do that shit like 8 weeks before they have the baby. But all those things are considered like ways to make the labor stuff easier. I hope that makes sense, because something about like Okay, so last week I told y'all that I had that whole thing about how the room was spinning and shit or whatever. And then, a couple of days later, some people was like, I had that same thing happen to me. And I was like, like I thought about some of the symptoms that I could have been going through to make me have felt dizzy like that. Like, what I'm saying, having like a dizzy spell or something like that. And it wasn't a lot of water. It wasn't like I had ate a whole bunch of salt, but like I realized that there were certain things that my body was craving over the last week. Like that was like, you know how they say like crunchy things are like for anxiety because your jaws need to be moving, or like sweet thing is to like suppress an emotion, and like sour things are because you kind of feel like, what did she say, like lost or something of that effect of like what were you like, who does spells on you too if you're fasted and clean? Exactly. I don't know about no spells, but exactly. It's an easier way for you to feel where energy needs to be like nourished. And since the focus for Scorpio season is the head, the heart, and the bottom, there needs to be some type of like consistent flow. And they keep saying it like that. And physical emotions are a part of like blockages that are in chakras. Does that make sense? Like, how can I explain what I'm trying to say exactly? Like there's like inner talking with your body that's going to reflect in the outer world. I hope this makes sense, because the way it's coming out my mouth, I feel like it doesn't. But like something about your inner body is giving you messages that are physical representations of blockages that are happening in certain chakras. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, great. Because what I'm realizing is like, I just remember seeing a video where this girl was explaining why certain cravings and what those cravings have to do with certain parts of what you are feeling. Your body is giving you some type of indication that something needs to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like your body's giving you some type of like, hello, woo, 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 something's not right here, because it's affecting the flow of all 7 chakras. Okay? And the 6th house, if you see the 6th house in this deck, the 6th house in here, the person is sitting straight up and all their chakras are aligned. Okay? And when you look at it, they're in this place of peace. So earlier I was outside and I was like, I'm at this level now of peace and all my irritations have been lifted off of me and I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong. Because for one, I've allowed whatever energy needed to flow from my head all the way down to the bottom to like it all, now it comes out. See, the issue that was happening a lot for people is things were coming in, but things weren't going out. There seems to be this like clearing of things, so now it goes out. So there's a lot of things that are just being released out of you, even without you realizing it. So there's like this note-taking thing you need to be taking over the next couple of months. Like it's some like mental notes that need to be taken, like for real, about foods, about things you're doing. I had a realization about the soap, because see, you would be able to know which you need to like invest in, like physically, in products, companies, or whatever, easier. So like it's not about you becoming vegan, okay? I'm not saying I'm not against vegans, but I'm so sorry to tell y'all, like I like cheese, I like stuff like that. I like rice, okay? But I'm realizing that there's this like balance within our bodies, that our bodies are in like inwards speaking outwards now. Like it's affecting certain things in little ways. And since it's affecting things in little ways, it's creating this type of stagnancy. I hope that makes sense. Because there's an event that's coming up. There's an event that's coming up on the 5th of November. I don't know what it is, but November 5th seems very significant. And then on Sunday, the November the 6th, we have daylight savings. Okay, now I talked about this yesterday, but I need to go ahead and express this now, okay? So what I find to be fairly interesting and quite funny is the fact that this is supposedly going to be the last daylight savings day, okay? Now, Why we ever followed this, I still don't understand. Why the fuck the groundhog has to see his shadow for us to have more weeks of winter, I still don't understand that. I'm not sure if the groundhog has some type of like intercommunication with the underworld or something about that, but I still don't see, I still don't understand, but that's not the point. The point is, there is some, it's like the fact that this is the last time we're going to go back, okay, because the hours are going to go back. It's this thing of like, now you can go back to something of like a clear, more understanding of something. Like, it's going to make more sense now. Please say this makes sense. But it's happening from the inside out. Like, you need to be paying attention to what color foods you are eating right now. You need to pay attention to what you are craving right now. You need to pay attention. Like, if it's protein, protein helps build muscle. Muscle would be considered the root chakra of stability. Like, Neptune is throwing a lot of subliminals. And you know what was so crazy? I just seen this video on my TL, and she was like, divine masculines. She was like, can we talk for a second? Subliminal communication is a feminine trait. Scorpio season is a feminine season. There's this thing of that, the subliminal. She was saying like subliminals, something about like telepathic, like music and like symbolisms and like signs and shit. Like, that's a feminine energy. And Neptune is also a feminine energy of Pisces, right? There is this energy of like you now understanding what subliminal. I don't want to keep saying subliminal because that's not the point. So, okay, y'all know about telepathic communication, correct? Okay, so there's this telepathic communication that's happening within you, okay? And the fact that this is the last time the time goes back, you've done all this shedding spiritually, now you can actually go back. It's like fall is supposedly goes back and spring is like to move forward or some shit like that. So if winter is a season where things die off of you, right? The main thing that's dying off of you is a whole layer of like years, okay, energetically, okay? And since 7 years down here could be like literally over 1,000 years up there, something about November 6th is like years of things energetically shedding off of you. That's why in the dreams you were closing out karmic cycles. That's why there was a sense of like solitude, but you weren't really in solitude, but you was in solitude. And then there was this like reintroduction into the world for you to finally understand, like, this went there, that went this, okay, this goes, like, you see things differently, okay? And the fact that you see things differently, and we're going to go back, there's this thing of like, you can go back to now spring forward with like investments and like, you know, like what you want to see with your body and stuff like that. Like just certain things energetically that all those things were attached to in the first place. Like I told people, like, you wasn't like, a lot of women wasn't big because of being unhealthy. Like a lot of people was big because they were like unhappy. Like there was a point where I was big because I was unhappy. By the time I started being happy, all the weight just shed it off. You're seeing a lot of people going to the gym and they literally been in the gym like 3 weeks and bitches just be looking different. Like, what the fuck? But it was moving chakras. Actually, it was energetically moving things. So it wasn't even a concern of how many days you went to the gym, what fucking workout you did. Something of just about the movement has made, and it showed through food choices. Exactly. Food too. So the other day I was telling them, I was like, you know, I had this, I don't know why the fuck I'm still holding these cards up, but I feel like I am because that was the focus. That was the main thing that was happening. So like, boom, I was telling them the other day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like junk food type shit. But when I started going to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and stuff like that, I was finding the same type of things, but it was just like the quality of the snack was different. Like, I'm over here eating like, what snack did I pick up that I thought was so crazy? Was it lentils? Or lentils or something? It was some vegetable and they make it into like little dried snacks or something like that. I can't explain it. It was very like, it was very like, it felt good in my mouth type of thing. Like it actually had a more clearer taste. And so this brings me back to that movie, not that movie, that TV show on Netflix that I told everybody to watch. It was like 3 seasons. It was called The Travelers. So when they came back into they whatever the fuck world they was in, when somebody on Earth had died off, they would somehow come alive through a headache, okay? And when they came through a headache, they would start drinking like real milk or eating ice cream, and they'd be like, "Ooh, what is this? Like, ooh, it tastes like a cow." Okay? And so I've been telling y'all like randomly. So I drank regular milk as a kid, and then it went to soy milk, and then like it went to lactate milk, and then that wasn't working anymore. So then I started drinking oat milk, and now I drink almond milk. So it's between like oat and almond. And one time I decided to go back to soy milk because I liked how it tasted in my cereal or whatever. And I'm telling you, it made my tongue itch. So there's this thing about like there's a balance between the two. There and it's coming from some type of thing of like not indulging in things. So like example, in this show, there was this guy or whatever, like he did something that made him fight the drugs he was on, okay? He was fighting drugs. So as he was fighting drugs, he was craving like Twizzlers or some shit. Like it's just little things like that. Like he was craving like just little things. But would that be considered bad for your body? Yes, but in a sense, no. Because it's something about it's nourishing your soul. And it's actually helping you. It's actually helping the blockages that are inside of your chakras that are keeping you in this position of like things don't happen in divine timing. Like it's helping you. Oh my God, I'm trying to get my words out and I really can't. And I'm like, it's not that I can't. It's just more words in my head than I can hear. What I'm trying to process is the fact of that. It's the way you are taking care of your health right now is having you build some type of stability inward out for you to deal with time. And you know, so crazy, right? I can't even fucking spit it out because it's just like how it sounds in my head. It don't sound right in the words that I'm trying to say. Like how I hear it in my head and how I see it in my head is not fucking coming out in the way I need it to. Yes, they're trying to get you guys to prepare for time being an illusion. Yesterday, we read we read what Psalms was the book of. For 150 days, there seems to be this like inner reflection of the outer. So therefore, it's just like creating heaven on earth won't be as hard anymore. These things are helping you realize that heaven on earth is actually easier. Like I had this download today, and I'm about to talk about something I don't talk about, but I want to touch base on it because I keep seeing it and it doesn't make sense. And it's not necessarily about the label of what they're talking about, okay? But it has to do with the energetic, like women and men, like how women and men are structured. And since women are going more into the words of logic and men are going more into the emotions, like, you see what I'm saying? There has to be this like inner change before there's an outer change. And all this shit is helping you change inwardly to affect the outer world. You ever seen somebody create something in a movie and what they do in the movie happens in real life? That's what this is. In physical form. But from the inside out. Yesterday I had a whole big fucking issue. I went and I ate chicken, potatoes, starch with cheese. That created a blockage of like food that attaches to you, like that type of thing. So you can now be grounded, be stable, so you're not all up in the air. Your spirit can't be in the air. Like your spirit has to be actually on ground. I hope this makes sense because that's exactly what we're going into. Love is a sense of grounding. Love is a sense of things that's on the ground. In the star card that I saw in the tarot today as I was pulling or whatever, I realized that in the star card, there are 7 white stars and there's only 1 yellow star. And if you look at the ground, the person, they got 2 cups of water, okay? Then this brings me back to the 5 of cups. In the 5 of cups, there's 3 cups knocked over and there's still 2 cups that are still remaining, okay? Now, this is in the sense of the energies within you that are literally showing you what they do. The person is getting the water in one hand, and all of a sudden they're pouring out the water on land, and shit is growing as it's also soaking up the water. Okay, so when I went into the sun today, I had this realization of that as the sun is illuminating, like burning off the things of your heart that are keeping you frozen or whatever at this time, because I'm telling you, the ice queens and kings are melting. Okay, and when they're melting, the same sun it's doing that whole thing of where like the sun soaks up the water and it evaporates and it comes back down as the rain or some shit like that. Y'all know that little science thing that they taught us in school, but that's what I see. But it's happening to you energetically, and the rain that's coming down is actually creating you like this, like cement, like solid, like for your soul. It's not nourishing your physical no more. You're nourishing your soul. That's why God kept saying, who cares? And I was like, why you keep saying that? Like, that's why physical representations are continuing to be illuminated every day, that really nobody should care of what you spend on this. That's why DH, like, just think about things that are actually like, DH Gate is not new. It's not new. These stores, these vendors, all that shit is not new. It's not new. It's not new. But they're physical representations of that your soul is in this point of that you need to just do what your soul needs you to do. Physical shit is not really like a spiritual satisfaction. And there's this thing of when I told Virgos that Virgos need to be fully satisfied. That was like one of their biggest things in Virgo, that Virgos, anywhere a person has Virgo in their chart, they needed to be fully satisfied. That literally was like a karmic cycle that they had to fucking complete. It's imperative. People that have Virgo placements right now, they are in this energy that they look like a lotus flower for some reason, like because it was the energy that they had cultivated within themselves while they were sitting by themselves that was reflecting in the outer world. So now they've sat with themselves on so many things that when it's actually when whatever they cultivated while they were sitting by themselves that they have accepted of themselves comes into real life, it doesn't look abnormal to a Virgo. You're about to get into an energy where things don't look abnormal to you, and because you're sitting in it. I told them last night the opposite of contentment is entitlement. If we're in an energy of literally everybody they're very entitled. I don't give a fuck if they didn't have a good childhood, they had a good childhood, they're a good person, they're a bad person. Their mentality of entitlement was they were taught that. Even if you were neglected as a child, you're taught some type of entitlement to where you think that people owe you something and they don't. That sense of entitlement is literally you're not content with anything. So as a Virgo can sit there in their own little light, like literally, even though Virgos, like all mutable signs, Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces, they all have 2 in them, but Virgo is the only one that is one person. And the only thing in the Hermit card is the person and the light. Does that make sense? So somebody had brought up the fact that one of their environments of the human design chart is a cave. And how I explained it, that they were like, like how would you, like basically like, how would that make sense or some shit like that or whatever. And I was like, okay, how I see this when I pay attention to this is a cave. So when you're in a cave, the only thing that can help you look from the left side to the right side is a lamp, okay? And the more you keep going, that's normally like it's lighting up the way, okay? And what I also realized is when they had when it comes to like When it comes to like when people, how far they go into a cave or how far they go into a walkway or whatever, it all goes based off of them having the fear and them having like not the instinct to see like if there's something in front of them, like using their sixth sense. That's another thing that Virgos have that they have to tap into. That's a karmic cycle. Virgos have to tap into a sixth sense. Like they have to. They have to. If they don't tap into the sixth sense, they would literally be stuck in their ways. You ever seen a Virgo is very stubborn. They really like don't budge a lot about shit that they say what they gonna do. Like they don't really budge. Like there's nothing you can do to change a Virgo's mind unless a Virgo wants to change their mind. Okay? And due to that being some type of stagnancy, the universal energy of the solar plexus somehow lights up for the heart. So paying attention to the gut feeling that you're having on food, because see, the gut is the digestive system. It's the stomach, the intestines, all that. If you're hungry, it's because you're craving something. Like you want some, your body's saying, I'm hungry. Like I need something. Give me something. Like give me more water. Give me this or that. The sixth sense that you're having to get is what your body is telling you to do. There's this thing of like, you're going to be directed to certain, it is, exactly, it is. There's this thing about that you are going to have to pay attention to this type of like secret maze of your soul during Scorpio season, because it's going to keep you out of shit. If we're all, this is something that like, are we the only, who else like participates in daylight savings? Like there are countries that don't participate in that shit. Hold on. There are places that don't partake in daylight savings. Of course. Japan, India, and China are the major, oh my Lord, the major industrialized countries that do not observe some form of daylight savings. And the 3 states that don't do it are Hawaii, Arizona, which is crazy. Arizona, and it's funny how I keep seeing Phoenix. They don't observe daylight savings. Also, the American Samoa, the people that was doing that thing where they kind of like they hit their chest and they be like this and they be like they make all these faces and stuff. I told you that culture was coming up. And then Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico don't do it. And that's one of them places I was telling you that the French own. And then the Virgin Islands don't do it. And those are all countries, I promise y'all, those were all countries that I told y'all that they like that hurricane that happened in Puerto Rico was not a coinky dink, okay, baby? The same thing that happened in Vegas and how, you know what I'm saying, it got purified, okay? But the fact that those places don't participate in daylight savings, meaning that like the energy there is very different. Like there seems to be this call to certain places that the energy is different. The energy is different. You see how all these people are going to like Bali? You know what I'm saying? How they go, like, are y'all paying it? Like, y'all get what I'm trying to say? People going to the Virgin Islands and shit. Like, are y'all not seeing that on y'all TL, or is that just me? I feel like I don't know. I think I'm tripping, but like, they just going to places like, and then Arizona keeps popping up on my damn thing. And you know that place there is called Sedona. What they do in Sedona, something about that is important. In addition to the natural beauty of its red rock formations, Sedona has become well known as a haven for spiritual wellness. due to the numerous energy vortex that many believe encompass the region. Sedona was named after Sedona Arbella Miller Canelby's wife. Oh, it's named after her. The wife of Theodore Carlton Senelby, the city's first postmaker. I'm going down a little bit of an early rabbit hole. Yeah, I am. Because this is a whole rabbit hole that I know I'm not tripping. Because I read to Psalms chapter 2 today, and that makes sense. It's named after the man that was the first postmaker. And a postmaker is a person in charge of a postal office. And I've been having so many issues with the postal service. And then everybody's been seeing like FedEx, UPS, all types of like delivery drivers. And I remember when I was on T-Ternity leave or whatever, every time I would give the postal service, every time I would give some type of download or whatever, the postal service would come by, right? And y'all know they always say the postal service is the service that takes the longest to deliver messages. All they drivers going viral? For what? And it's 1:11 on the clock. Y'all know they always complain about the postal service, but the postal service is probably the most loyal, delivery service. What? They're the ones that always get treated the worst. Okay, that ain't the point. Snail mail, yes, that it comes, whatever, and that things were being delivered. Hold on. That's been coming up lately. And Hawaii's been coming up too. These are all lands that got the short end of the stick, if you want me to be honest. These are all places that. Because today the verse, hold on, wait a minute. All right, so boom. So today the verse came from Matthew 10:16, right? And that number equal 8. It says, listen, I am sending you out like sheep to a pack of wolves. You must be cautious. You must be as cautious as snakes and as gentle as doves. Cautious as snakes, gentle as doves. I'm sending you out like sheep to a pack of wolves. The souls is coming down, and it's like since we're gonna be in a world that's bright, and I told y'all everybody's dark soul is what they're gonna be like, the specks. You would have to listen. Sheep only listen to they person. Why is this so something? Hold on. Why do I see the Ace of Wands in my head? You know what I also see? You know when they was in that movie, or I don't know, was that Moses? Whoever hit the stick on the ground and the whole world went like, who is that? Because it says Psalms 2, God's chosen king. Why do the nations plan rebellion? Why do people make their useless plots? Their kings revolt, their rulers plot together against the Lord and against the king he chose. Let us free ourselves from their rule, they say. Let us throw off their control. From his throne in heaven, the Lord laughs and mocks their feeble plans. Then he warns them in anger and terrifies them with his fury. On Zion, my sacred hill, he says, I have installed my king. I will announce, says the king, what the Lord has declared. He said to me, you are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask, and I will give you all the nations. The whole earth will be yours. You will break them with an iron rod. You will shatter them into pieces like a clay pot. Sedona is a whole bunch of desert and like that red rock thing. It's what did it just say? Hold on. It's covered in. Oh, she was celebrated for her hospitality. And hold on. Sedona is named after a woman that was considered, the woman that was the wife of the first postmaker, right? And then she's being celebrated or glorified. She got that because of her hospitality and her diligence and her hard working. Sedona is literally a lady that she's being celebrated for being diligent, hardworking in her hospitality. Like, just think about that energy right now. And you know what's so crazy? This ad just came up and it says congratulations. Like I won something. And you know, a lot of people go there as they're like the phoenix is rising or something. Something about the energy shift there. Because I remember this lady that I was watching. Her name is like Shannon Yvette. Okay, her name is Shannon Yvette, and she's like this pastor, or I'm not sure if that's her full like title or whatever. But I remember that she was saying how she went to Sedona, and she said she was like, God has a message of that God is about to show his. I gotta find the video, and when I find it, I'm gonna text it to y'all, because this got something to do with what we reading in Psalms 2 today. Because it will shatter into pieces like a clay pot. Now listen to this warning, you kings. Learn this lesson, you rulers of the world. Serve the Lord with fear, tremble and bow down to him, or else his anger will be quickly aroused, and you will suddenly die. Happy are who go to him for protection. And in that traveler's thing, they will all die suddenly, like the timer would go off. Why do I feel like that? Like everybody's head was hurting. Everybody's like, you know, some people like felt very nauseous. Like the ascension symptoms weren't a sense of ascension. The symptoms were the sense of like integration. You know, when they was talking about those UV rays and how they said that Ukraine is going to send over all types of like radiation or something like that. Even though I felt like that was in a sense of fear, why do I feel like that's in the sense of what God was just saying in Psalms 2? It says, serve the Lord with fear, tremble and bow down to him, or else his anger will be quickly aroused, and suddenly you will die. I haven't been yet, but was told it's a big energy place, like an energetic vibration is used there. It is, because the fact that the phoenix is rising is definitely there. And the phoenix is completely like the world. Like it's as if the world about to go up in flames energetically. Listen, I am sending you out like sheep to a pack of wolves. You must be cautious as snakes and gentle as doves. The 12 men were sent out by Jesus with the following instructions. The mission of the 12. Isn't there 12 archangels? Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. There's a whole bunch of angels. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of us that's been hearing sirens, that's the thing for Archangel Michael is protection, right? And since you've been hearing sirens and Archangel is protection, the next chapter of Psalms 3 is the prayer for help. And it's funny how the post office keep coming up. Like the post office is like, honestly, people know the post office is just going to come when it come. And yesterday, I'm trying to tell y'all, I had an issue with the postman, right? this is what I'm trying to tell you. I had an issue with the postman, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, he had wrote me a note or whatever. And when I went to go get the note, and this happened this happened almost 2 weeks ago. This is why I'm saying something is fishy. So everybody, all the other male people had been basically doing what I guess they wasn't supposed to do. Okay? Listen, just hear me out. Just hear me out. This shit is crazy. So boom. Ever since I've been here, right, the male person has never, like, I've never had no issues with male. Never had no issues with male as long as I've been here, right? And recently, within the last week and a half, I've been having a lot of issues with the postal service. So the first issue was I had a package, and one day I went to go get my mail or whatever, and there was this note in the mail, right? And matter of fact, hold on, I'm finna show y'all this shit. Hold on, wait a minute. Because everything I just said earlier, and it's my birthday on the damn clock. And to see your birthday means you're in alignment. All right, bet. So boom, here we go. Jesus Christ, I knew all this shit was adding up. I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. Boom. A week and a half ago, I went to the mailbox. I got my stuff, right? That day, I remember because I had got a package from Jackie Vontez. She had sent me some more beads, okay? Now, during that time, I had some other beads, and a couple of them had fallen off or whatever. Just randomly. They just randomly popped. It wasn't like I was sitting down. It wasn't a stretch. It wasn't nothing. They just popped. And so when your beads pop, it could be bad energy, but it also could be the fact that it's done its job, okay, right? So I didn't feel any negative energy during that time. I really felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, I guess you did what you had to do. So the one that fell off that I thought was very, like, alarming was the black one, which was of, like, power or whatever, right? And I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Like, you know, why would I not, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would that be so quickly or whatever, right? So, boom. I kept going about my day, and I got this note in the mail, and he was like, you need a lock on the box. We'll stop delivering. And I was like, what the fuck? Y'all was supposed to come fix this shit anyway. Like, that don't got nothing to do with me. Like, don't be writing me no goofy ass note on my damn shit. So I politely wrote him a note back, okay? So I wrote him a note back. I put it in the mailbox or whatever. And you know what? I said, matter of fact, let me go give this to y'all personally because I feel like you're not going to see it in enough days. Boom. Went up there, gave the lady the note that I had written this man, okay? Now, when she came to me, she was all like, well, he's right and this and that and the third. And I'm like, whatever, just give me my package so I could go about my day, right? Just hear me out. I was like, just give me my package so I could go about my day. So boom, she told me that she was going to put the mail on hold, right? Like, I told her, just, you know what? I don't want to deal with no chaos. Just put the mail on hold. I'll come up to the post office. I'll get my mail. No problem. So she was like, yeah, that's fine. So basically, she was like, you need to call to put it on hold. I'm like, that don't sound right. Right? I was like, that don't sound right. Why would I have to call to put the mail on hold and I'm at the fucking post office? Like, ma'am, please don't do that. Okay? Now, that day, I had spent an unnecessary amount of money based off this one dumbass situation, okay? So, boom, it's 3:33 on the clock. Okay, see? So then, I had something coming in the mail, and I really needed that shit, right? And so, I get notifications when I get mail or whatever. So, basically, I figured that, all right, so the mail got to be at the post office. So, I'm going to just, since I got something to do or whatever, I'm just going to go pick the mail up. So boom, I go pick the mail up. All of a sudden, there's nobody in the post office. As soon as I get there, all these people get there. And the energy seems to be very, like, calm or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in uproar. Other people don't seem to be uproar. It's something about an energetic field, okay? And y'all will notice this as you go along. Sometimes you go to places to, like, balance out the energy, okay? Now, there was an older woman there and there was a pregnant woman there. Those are considered people at their most vulnerable point of their lives. Elderly and when pregnant, okay? So those people would need some type of patience, some type of compassion, some type of empathy. So you're not out there stressing them out. Now, I went to the post office the first time and I got the pregnant girl. She was by herself, okay? Crazy thing is, all these people start showing up. So as these people start showing up, it's this lady behind me, and she's just a nah. Something in her is not allowing her to have some type of compassion or some type of, you know what I'm saying, some type of like gratitude to the person. It's literally one lady and she's pregnant. Like, calm the fuck down, right? So she's complaining. She like, oh, she probably took her 15-minute break while she was back there. What's taking her so long? Like, this don't make no sense. See, a sense of entitlement, okay? And so I'm sitting there like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I just needed her to get my mail, you know. I'm like, I just need her to get my mail. Like, I don't know. I didn't know it took that long or whatever. So, you know, I'm just trying to, like, the energy level now needs to be brought down. So, boom. 2 more people come in. So now this lady, now she real agitated, right? And so the first time I had went to the post office 2 weeks ago, this lady was in there, and once again, it was a long line. It was the older lady this time. So these young girls is like real combative or whatever. Like, she was like, you know, go get the box or whatever, and, you know, do what you got to, you know, do this or woo. So I'm not really sure why the girl took it out of context to take it personal how the lady was speaking. But for one, she got a mask on. 2, she got all these people in front of her, and she's trying to help somebody and help you at the same time. So you don't have to wait in line. So boom, the girl gets to the box and was like, do you always talk to people like that? And she like, no, ma'am, I'm just trying to help. She like, and then are you going to sit there and steady watching me, or are you going to continue doing your job? Like, just was real extra for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like that was very unnecessary, okay? So boom, that happened that day. And then, so the crazy thing is, after she had that encounter with the lady or whatever, she left. So as she passed my energy, it was her and this other girl. The other girl, I guess, she looked at me and I looked at her, and I think she caught the wave of like, that was so unnecessary that she felt embarrassed. So boom. Yesterday, I went to the mail thing. The lady came back and the lady was like, your mail not there. So basically, everybody had just waited. I made everybody wait for nothing because there was nothing there. But it showed who was the one that was having the entitlement behavior, because everybody else was just calm and relaxing. Everybody, they had found them some inner peace, okay? When Jesus said, I'm about to send you back into the world with a whole bunch of wolves, sheep, I'm about to send a whole bunch of sheep to a whole bunch of wolves. This is what we meant. So boom. Came back home. I said, she came there and she was like, there was nothing in there. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it literally says hold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just came in here and told the lady that the shit is on hold. And I know I'm getting mail. So therefore, like, I know there's things there, right? She like, I'm trying to tell you there's nothing back there. So I went back home, came there, and this note was in there, right? Boom. Do y'all see this? In black letters, it says hold. This was not put in the original place. The other week, I told y'all that there were things that were going to the wrong address. There were things going to the wrong address, so now you're in the right environment. This was in my mailbox. I took this back to the damn thing, and I told her, there's no mail in there, ma'am, so where is the mail? So at this point, I'm pissed, because now I done came to the post office twice, okay? Went to the post office back to back, there's still no fucking mail there. So then that delayed something else I had to do. Then that delayed something else I had to do, right? So boom. Finally, I went to go get me something to eat. I came back home. Guess who was at the mailbox? Now, mind you, on the way to the post office yesterday, I pulled up on the post lady, like dead serious. Like, she was in the car and she was delivering, and I pulled up in front of her and I was like, excuse me, I'm so sorry to roll up on you like this, but ma'am, do you do this neighborhood? Because where's my mail? See, I stopped somebody else in the process that was not a part of the route. Okay, I veered off of it trying to. Use this as an analogy, because I'm telling you, this is how Scorpio season is going to go. You go to the wrong person, okay, that doesn't have any information. You are trusting that things are going to work out. So boom. On the way back to the second time, I stopped the lady with the mail, and I went up there and I told her, I said, look, there's nothing in there. I'm extremely upset. Like, this don't make no sense. Like, and there wasn't no supervisor there. So on the way back up to the post office the second time, I'm hot. I'm pissed. Like, no, dead serious. Like, I got a whole attitude. Like, I'm cussing out. Like, I'm now at this point, like, I feel like you trying to be funny, because why the fuck would you put the notice in my mailbox instead of in the mailbox at the post office so they could hold the mail? So now I have this energy of like a sense of entitlement. Listen, a sense of entitlement over the fact of like, you need to be handling things like I told you to handle it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I finally leave the post office because I'm pissed. There's no fucking supervisors there. So the same two people was there in the beginning that they didn't have nothing to do with it. There's this energy of that there are people that they're going to be the same two people, like there are the same people in your energy field, or that God is about to place into your life or something. I'm trying to tell you that you're going to go right back to those same two people, and the issue, you're not going to be able to take out what you felt during that frustration of this path onto them. They bring out some type of like, there is this energy of people being at their most like vulnerable state. Elderly, that's very vulnerable. Pregnant, that's when a woman's at her most vulnerable. And they're being a service to you. There's this energy of that people are now, you are a service to people. People are going to be a service to you. This lady on here, she just posted, she just got a promotion with the job because they had been watching her. People are literally like, they are servicing to you. So regardless of where you get the shit from, who you get it from, people are a service to you. Came home. The postal man was out there at the damn mailbox. I'm like, excuse me, miss. Now, mind you, I should cuss him out by this, right? But this is old news, right? So I see him. I'm like, Mister. So we talking. He's trying to actually be very combative with me. And I'm not being combative with him because of the fact of, I don't care what you talking about. Just find my mail. Like, where is it? He like, well, it actually was on the desk. I'm like, why would it be on the desk? Why wouldn't it be in the area where the other mail is? Why did you have it on your desk? So boom. I'm like, well, I don't know. I really need you to bring me my mail or put it somewhere where they can find it or whatever, because I really need my stuff or whatever, right? Why the fuck I opened my email and what I was looking for was being delivered today? Why did I look in my email and what was being delivered that I was looking for, fussing at them people about yesterday, was being delivered today? Yeah. That's how Scorpio season is going to be in a nutshell. That's how Scorpio season is going to be in a nutshell. I just want y'all to know that. That's how Scorpio season is about to be in a whole nutshell. Y'all see how chaotic that was? People was driving crazy as hell all over the road and everything. That's how chaotic Scorpio season is going to be in a nutshell. Yeah. So the first half of the information I gave you is for you not to deal with the energy of the second half. Yeah. And y'all had to hear it specifically that way. I rolled up on that damn lady. Excuse me. Follow her down the street and everything. She was at somebody's house. Mars being in retrograde in Gemini, that's the type of shit people will do. Pull up on you. Okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Just pay attention. And you know what's so crazy? My shoulders is itching. Who rules the shoulders? Hold on. And then, let me tell you. So boom. Back in Leo season, right? This is obedience, right? Back in Leo season, I had called these people out here to come pick up some stuff, right? And they was like, it was going to be like $500, whatever. Boom. Just pay attention to how chaotic shit is, but how shit just be adding up, right? Thank you. So the people came by, whatever, talking about $1,000. I'm like, bro, that's just preposterous. Why last week? Shoulders are Taurus? No, the shoulders is not Taurus. No, the shoulders is not Taurus. Not the shoulders, just towards. Don't tell me that. 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 Why I get this newsletter about bulk, like basically they was picking up bulk stuff. Right? So I was very hesitant about what this says. Now it says this clear as day that they're gonna come pick up bulk. It says clear as day what they will come pick up. It says clear as day what not to put in there. It says clear as day what time it needs to be out there. It says clear as day the phone number. All the information was in front of me. And I literally got to the day before and was like, I don't know if they're going to come and get it. I don't know if they're going to come and get it. I don't know if they're going to come and get all this. I don't know if they're going to come and get all that. The damn people came today. All morning, I'm like, where they at? Oh, my God. I hope I didn't miss it. Oh, my God. I hope I didn't mess this up. Oh, my God. I hope I didn't put it in the wrong place because I'm not trying to carry this shit back in the house. Like, oh, my God. I'm not trying to do all this. Why the fuck the people came? I seen the people. The man was getting the trash cans or whatever. And all the stuff was in the driveway. Like, all the heavy stuff was in the driveway. The people pull up. I'm over there like, y'all coming to get this? Who coming to get this? The person was like, I was like, oh. See, I'm so concerned about how the trash truck look. I'm like, y'all not putting people washing machines and beds and shit in the trash. Why the fuck did they fucking throw all that shit in the back of that damn truck and squeeze that bitch up and scooted on and went to the next house? Should have just minded my business. Should have just minded my business. I should have just minded my business. You need to make sure you mind your business. I'm trying to tell y'all, people not going to be minding their business. See, I'm all up in the trash people business. I'm over there trying to figure out how this old man going to put all that stuff in there by himself. It was a whole nother in there. In people business. In people business. In their business. Hello? Literally, when I say everything's already taken care of, honestly, even the way you eat, the way you sleep, the exercises you're gonna start to do, it's all taken care of. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's and the fact that Arizona doesn't participate in daylight savings, that even more gives me that there is different type of energy there. Because, people always say, like, Hawaii is paradise. Sway did have the answers. Sway did have the answers. Sway had the answers. And this energy definitely gives me Sway has the answers. Because the last cards that we got, Sway indeed had the answers. Coming back to the original thing of love, Sway did have the answers. Sway did have the answers. Sway had the answers. The way things are literally being so like Scorpio season is gonna be in a whole nutshell of what the fuck I went through. The whole process of it. Because see, Scorpios are so private. And they're so private and they're so like, Scorpios kind of move underground type of thing. They like little groundhogs too or whatever. That's what I feel like. You ever seen a groundhog go in the same little circle? Like they keep in the same circle until they realize that they can go all other ways. That's what I feel like. I was ready to cuss them people out. I was mad. And what was crazy is I was with my friend, and she was just so calm. She was like, it's okay. She was like, I know this is frustrating. She didn't get frustrated with me. She just kept saying, it's okay. Even though this was partially inconvenient for her, too, because we were supposed to go get something to eat, and we over there going back and forth to the damn post office. Like, bitch, I had brought us a blunt and everything. Like, what? That's the energy that I feel. Don't get to the end of Scorpio season saying Sway had all the answers. Don't. Because that's how chaotic the energy is about to get. How chaotic that story was. And you know what's so crazy, y'all? That is everything that happened in that fucking story. And even as I told it, I realized that shit sounded very chaotic. Because, bitch, you didn't even know if it had came or not. You just assumed that it came. And that, you know, they just had it. Woke up this morning and the damn email showed me that the shit was just coming today. Maybe I just wanted to be outside yesterday. Maybe I just wanted to be outside yesterday. Maybe I just wanted to be outside yesterday. Well, that's all I had to tell you. Because that's how November is about to look. It is. It is. Jesus literally told us that he about to send his sheep with a whole bunch of wolves. And I realized that the wolves is not just physical. The wolves is an energetic thing. And yesterday the energy was so chaotic. Like, there was a need for so much patience. Like, I felt like it was just a test. I went to Popeyes. And the lady at the window, once again, was an older lady. And baby, why did I repeat myself like 3 times every time I asked for something? I'm like, let me get sweet heat. She like, you said what? Let me get sweet heat. Sweet heat. 2 of them, one in my hand. Let me get another sweet heat. Then I'm like, let me get a frozen strawberry lemonade. She's like, we don't got no strawberry. I'm like, all right, bet. She's like, we got lemonade. I'm like, all right, let me get a lemonade. They're like, no lemonade. She's like, oh, we don't got no lemonade. I said, all right, well, let me get this. She's like, what you say? Let me get this. I'm like, my drink. She gave me my food and she steady looking at me. I'm like, my drink. She like, what you say? My drink. What you get to drink? A cherry Fanta. A cherry Fanta. Like, I'm over there like, all right, bro. Like, that's what I feel like Scorpio season is about to be, bro. In a nutshell, literally. Like, y'all saw how, yeah, the patience, baby. The patience, baby. My heart. You got to know your heart. That's why this is, if you don't look at it like you just want it, I realized that Popeye sang to my soul yesterday. That Popeye sang to my soul yesterday. That Popeye sang to my soul. I mean, every single bite, every nugget, every fry, every macaroni piece. Oh, Jesus Christ. And I got double of everything I wanted. I got 12 wings. I got 12 nuggets. I got macaroni cheese. I got French fries, 2 biscuits, and a motherfucking cherry Fanta. Bitch, stop playing with me. It was delicioso. And when I tell you, when I got home, I enjoyed that motherfucking 12-piece. And I didn't even feel no type of way. You see? I didn't even feel no type of way. That's when I knew, all right, that was God showing me. That was literally, I felt like God was taking me through what the season's about to be. And and I normally have very good patience with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really at this point where I really see above things, that I really don't trip. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't let people anger me. I really stay, I'm a really grounded person. But when I knew yesterday was pissing me off, oh, I knew the energy was going to get ignorant. Oh, I knew the energy was going to get ignorant. Oh, Jesus Christ. When I started to get agitated like that, like I'm not that type of person that just roll up on people like that. Like, you don't just roll up on people. Like, I rolled up on her. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, excuse me. Sorry to roll up on you like this, but do you have my mail? And then I apologized, you know what I'm saying? I told her have a blessed day too, just to let her know I didn't mean to roll up on her like that. But you know what I'm saying? That's how I know the energy's going to be like that. With Mars being in fucking Gemini in retrograde, we in Scorpio season, Venus is in fucking Scorpio, Mercury going to be in Scorpio the next week. And you know what? That's what I think it is. I think someday next week, Mercury moves into Scorpio. And the fuck? Mercury moves into Scorpio. And I can't remember, it didn't tell me the exact date. And that's exactly what we about to go through. When I tell y'all, that shit had me hot. It had me hot. Yeah. But with patience, it's like, I think it's learning the whys behind the patience. Because basically, it's teaching you not to have to go to external people or things or anything to validate the why something is going on. It literally makes yourself just realize, like, it's okay. Like, it's this learning this, like I'm trying to tell y'all, Virgos are only one person and all they can see is the light. So honestly, when people are in a cave and they start they start giving themselves courage and shit like that, they normally talk to the light. Like, they normally just be talking to the light, like, I don't know what the fuck we gonna see, but we gonna keep going. And that's why somebody always be like, who you talking to? That's what's happening. That is what's happening. That is what's happening in a nutshell. In a fucking nutshell. And I just realized that, like, yesterday, y'all, I was pissed. Like, I was pissed. Like, my homegirl was like, don't cry. I was like, I don't want to cry. I want to cuss. I want to cuss. I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss. They even gave me the lady name and number. Damn. I hate I couldn't catch you before you did. You said what you said. It's okay. This was a good energy for everybody to really, like, talk about and handle and really think about over the course of the next, like, 3.5 weeks, okay? Because, baby, the way you gonna have to talk to the light, Jesus Christ. Like, I feel like my spirit guys be looking at me like, damn, Pam, you be doing too much. Look, my nose itching. They so petty. Like, I feel like they like, damn, Pam, you be doing too much. You just doing all that stuff. Why don't you just go get something to eat? Oh, shit, look, angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. I'm crying. Damn, Pam, you be doing too much. Mm-hmm. The central sun. Leo energy. Abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. That's the Phoenix. That is the Phoenix. I mean, you know what? Is this a roach? Is this a roach? Do y'all think that's a roach? Because a beetle? Hold on. Is a beetle a type of roach? Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Our sun is the center of our solar system, solar being the key word. All the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday, as I saw my birthday time on the clock. The sun helps us connect with the journey to see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, it was known as Ra. Worldwide, the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest sky gazers worshipped it because daily it would disappear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and the mystery of night. It was clear that it was covenants over life and light. So we learned early on that the sun was needed for us to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm. But on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we can connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse and sacred energetic portal that irradiates infinite. And that was the word that I saw when I fucking left the house yesterday. As soon as I was on this fucking rabbit hole journey that I was on, the first thing I saw when I came out was 888. And then earlier, as I was doing the reading, I was talking about that. I was like, because God wants us to know what infinite is or whatever. Like things of like infinite, like things aren't supposed to be hard or whatever, right? Like it's a ever flowing, like, cycle or whatever, right? So then it says, this is how you connect to the central sun. Visualize yourself diving within. And it's funny how it says visualize, Neptune. Visualize yourself diving within until you find yourself arising at a sun in the center of the galaxy of your being. Invite in to and encode your frequency with regeneration energy. The central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energies are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred, more aligned you. This is an exciting time. The central sun energy is magnetic and all powerful. And what did I tell y'all the other day that you guys were going to be alluring? Opening up to you light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Service to you. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it is important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. That will fucking do it. To open energetic exchanges, you get that through everything. Food, music, all that shit. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself. That will fucking do it. That will fucking do it. That is crazy. And it's on page 9. And today's the 27th, which is 9. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh my gosh. And why is the angelic frequency on the messages on page 44? Listen to this. The angelic frequency is the energy of the angels in the angelic kingdom, which is aligned to service, devotion, authenticity, and love. When this frequency comes to us, it's because the gateway of our heart has aligned with it. We've essentially become an angel upon earth. Angels are the heartbeats of source. And so when we're in touch with the angelic realm, we're also connected to the heart of God. This card features a being of light. The streams of light surrounding it are the angelic frequency pouring down to light up our life. The image also unlocks our soul memories of our guardian angel. Before we will end this life, we danced across the midnight sky and at the stars. And it's funny how I brought up the star card in the Aquarius thing, right? How it was 7 stars and the 8th one was the yellow one and it was bright. As the universe follows the law of attraction, our angels was attracted to us because our likeness was also in them. So we became connected, and since then our angels have been with us, though every lifetime in every experience, right? To connect, it says visualize. Once again, this Neptune energy. Visualize yourself around a golden light. That's the same thing it just said about the sun. Visualize yourself surrounded by a golden light to attract the angelic kingdom into your world. Silently say, "Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence. It feels so good to know you are here. Welcome in your light." The message says, angels are drawing close at this time, so be open to signs and synchronicities to confirm this. It's important for you to know that through your actions, choices, and service, you have upgraded your spiritual connection and your frequency. Rejoice, for you may be rewarded with abundance and blessings at this time. That's double confirmation of that blessings. But you have been making choices that are not just for your own greater good, but for that of all those around you. I told y'all when I went into the post office, wasn't nobody in there. All of a sudden, it was just like tons of people. Like the energy had just like, and then I had like shifted it based on, because I promise you, if they was in there with that one lady or whatever that was complaining behind me or whatever, like the whole energy in the damn thing would have been too much. And the lady was by herself and she was pregnant. Your guardian angel is with you now, helping you remember your infinite power and potential. Reach for the stars and trust that all the efforts you have been making, both internally and externally, will bring you blessings and opportunities. The path you are on is aligned to your highest good, and the support you need is there for you. You are cherished by angels. Sway had all the answers. That is fucking crazy. What's the card underneath? Look at this. Shambhala initiations. What did I say about the initiation? Retreating to recharge. Trusting the process. Dharma. What is Dharma? Damn, I don't know where my phone is. Is Shambhala, is that in India? Is this an Indian country? Is Shambhala, is that an Indian thing? And it's funny how they started eating a lot of Indian food. That was the next culture wave. And it started with Nigerian food. That's what it started with. And I told y'all about Africa last night. Well, not y'all, but I told people about Africa last night. Hinduism. What's Tibet? The Himalayas. Where's the Himalayas? Shangri-La. I think that's India. It says, according to teachings, this retreat is where you can come into contact with some of the greatest spiritual adepts, enlightened teachers, and divine masters to ever walk the earth. This gives me 12 disciples. Every thousands of years to make up. That's supposed the location of the hidden city. And this is said to bring good fortune. We can visit the etheric retreat of Shambhala during the dream state. Why are all these cards talking about Neptune? The dream state, astral travel, and meditation. And yesterday, that's what the book of Psalm... Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And India is one of the countries that don't do daylight savings. That you know what that would mean? Oh my God. The people that don't deal with daylight savings are always in the present moment. They are the only people that are in the present moment. India, Japan, what was that other country? China, no, it said India, Japan, and something else. And Hawaii, the Samoa, the Virgin Islands. They're all that. If they don't participate in daylight savings, that means that they're always in the present moment. And if next Sunday, no wait, No, yeah, next Sunday. If next Sunday is the last daylight savings, doesn't that mean that you're going to now be transferred into the energy of where you're going to always have to be in the present moment? Because time is an illusion. This is what this is getting you built for. Right. Right. And the fact that they're doing it in November, Scorpio season, come on now. Come on now. Psalms was the book of, it was 3 things. It was 3 things that it says. It was like meditation. It was like meditation, prayer, and something. Everyone must know and love this God whose purity, power, wisdom, faithfulness, and increasing love. That's the same thing it just said about the angelic frequency that's around us right now. Creation and fall. And David is the one to be made king. And y'all remember I told y'all that it was the energy was like people were the bloodline of Paul and David. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because it says, if you feel like it is calling you, or that the energies of this gateway seem familiar, you may have been there before. The Golden Temple of Shambhala sits in the heart of the Himalayas, between the physical and the non-physical, and it is said to appear to seekers who are ready to expand their awareness. It is the sacred energetic temple of all enlightened masters, and that was that whole hangman thing of like, you wake up suddenly and you see things differently. The aligned masters, particularly those who are connected to the Eastern traditions, they form a great Gallic and universal council of elders who support the turning wheel of Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that relates to the unfolding of our life path. It says, with your hands. Once again, the hands are ruled by Pisces, which is Neptune. With your hands in prayer position, imagine yourself surrounded by golden light. Say, great masters and elders of Shambhala, thank you for helping me remember my Dharma. Helping me remember my Dharma, which is your unfolding of your life path, so that I can have an enlightened awareness of the world. The message says, when things quiet down in your life. And the other day I told y'all about how God gets silent. This is crazy. When things quiet down in your life, know that this isn't a failure, but an opportunity to retreat and to recharge. In the busyness of the physical world, our spirit is often playing catch up with our body to the point where it gets used to being overreactive and overworked. When the great masters of Shambhala come to you, they are encouraging you to take time to be away from the outer world and dive into the inner world. If you've been moving full speed ahead, this gateway encourages you to slow down and retreat. Take time to gather your energy, spend time in meditation and reflection in order to gain a clear awareness for your current situation. You will uncover many insights and gifts during this period. Realize that there is a master awakening within. That's how chaotic it is. Bye, Carrie. That's how chaotic it is. That's how chaotic it's about to get. And that was the whole thing for Aries. That their advice, like either back in Aries season or back in like either Taurus season. I can't remember. It may have been Gemini season. I told Aries No, I think it was before that. It might have been Pisces season. I told Aries in the reading, I said that Aries had found peace in the midst of chaos. They had threw up the grenade, and in the midst of everything blowing up around them like little mimes and shit like that, they had found peace. That's what the energy now is Scorpio season, because see, Scorpio is the water form of Mars. So if Scorpio is the water form of Mars, and Mars is the planet of war, you know what I'm saying, the gods of war, that means that there's this emotional like binds of entitlement that's happening. You gain the entitlement, like you gain the mentality of entitlement through emotions. There's this big wave of emotions of entitlement that are literally upon us at this moment, and it's just crashing the fuck down. That's why, like, pay attention to the food you're eating. You'll realize that, all right, protein means that my root chakra is unstable. That's normally when you eat things that are like that kind of weigh you down. And I'm not saying like weigh you down badly, but you know, like carbs and shit like that. You realize that that's something like that your root chakra, like, and that's normally when you're tripping about money. Like the fact that I ate a lot of like bread things, that's money type of things. That's the financial stability. That's security within myself, being safe in myself, not being off balance, right? When I eat sweet things, I know that's something of the sacred. That's when a lot of like sexual energy starts popping up. That's normally when I have literally downloads on downloads on downloads on fucking downloads. You know what I'm saying? And then like of the gut, when I'm like eating things like of salads, or I'm eating things like, you know, all type like that type of thing. That's what I feel like. Like almonds, nuts, like just go. I'm about to add a couple notes that I have on Pinterest. I'm going to add them in my work notes of the foods that help you with each chakra. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. So just remember that. But I need to go ahead and do that. And I got a couple of other things to do. But I wanted to just come on here and give y'all those downloads that was on my brain, because I'm telling y'all, it was making my head hurt. And putting it all together, what it meant, now it all makes sense. So that's all. Just pay attention. Scorpio season is going to be pure chaos. Like, seriously. So I'll see y'all later. Bye. Toodles. See y'all later. Bye, Mike. You're welcome. Toodles. Toodles. Bye.